Come out of executive session. Second.
Second. I have a motion on the floor by Councilwoman Harlan, second by Councilwoman Gray. Come out of executive. Call for the question, please. Lene, would you do me a favor of stepping in my office and give me that agenda sheet I was writing on? And shut the lights off. I won't go back in. Go ahead, Jerry.
Councilwoman Foreman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gray,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harlan,
Yes.
Councilman Redcorn,
Yes.
Councilman Red Eagle,
Yes.
Councilman Rebar,
Has had to step out.
Chairman Waller,
Yes.
Secretary Yates.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
I
I
can
have
say,
a couple motions.
please.
On executive, I have two motions. The first one being that we, I make a motion that we instruct and direct our legal counsel to present to us a specific outline of the tariff that has just been released today and what our options are, and that be presented to us by the third week of January.
Yes. Any discussion?
A second.
We have a second.
Second.
No, I thought the first, oh, that's come out of executive. All right, thank you, sir. I have a motion on the floor by Councilwoman Harlan, seconded by Councilman Redcorn. And you have the motion. Call for the question.
Councilwoman Gray,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harlan,
Yes.
Councilman Redcorn,
Yes.
Councilman Red Eagle,
Yes.
Chairman Waller,
Yes.
Secretary Yates,
Yes.
Councilwoman Foreman.
Yes.
Motion
Mr.
passes.
Chairman, I have another
Please.
motion to come out of executive, and that motion is that we recall the contract we had with our proposed contractor for
Only video.
EIS.
Thank you. I need a second.
Second.
I have a motion on the floor by Councilwoman Harlan, seconded by Councilwoman Gray. I'd like to call for the question.
Councilwoman Harlan,
Yes.
Councilman Redcorn,
Yes.
Councilman Red Eagle,
Yes.
Chairman Waller,
Yes.
Secretary Yates,
Yes.
Councilwoman Foreman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gray.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Chairman Waller, I have another motion. And
Please.
I'm not sure if this actually requires a motion, but I think that Councilman Redcorn works in an area where they're dealing with EIS, and I would ask if the council would, I'd put a motion forward for the council to direct Councilman Redcorn to convey to our legal counsel possible names who might be available to serve as a contractor on that issue of EIS. Second.
Call for the question. I have a motion on the floor by Councilwoman Harlan, seconded by Councilwoman Gray.
Do you need me to clarify?
Yes, please.
Okay, the motion is that the council directs Councilman Redcorn to work with our legal counsel to identify an individual to serve as the contractor on the EIS.
Go ahead and call for it.
Councilman Redcorn,
Yes.
Councilman Red Eagle,
Yes.
Chairman Waller,
Yes.
Secretary Yates,
Abstain.
Councilwoman Foreman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gray,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harlan.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion passes. Thank you. Is there any other clarification we need? Then I'd like to go ahead and wrap up our agenda. We have a old business. I have moving well laws. I need a resolution. Could you
Yes,
please make it so?
Yes, if you can pull up the, this was from last meeting and it got tabled till now. We had requested, Director Halleck from Managed Assets to, give us a cost estimate of our well logs that are at Walton Schroeder, sorry. The cost to move the cabinets will be estimated at $1,000. The other option was to put these potential site in Hominy And the space cost at a rate of $10.75 will be $74,595 per year for space costs. So then a walkthrough was conducted in the former congressional offices and deemed sufficient for the storage of the files. And so it looks like we're gonna, those of you all who don't use your offices, we're gonna be using those offices for, and we'll consolidate, maybe, joint officing, but we'll work all that plan out. But we have sufficient space to put those logs, that way we won't have to deal with that anymore. And so they costed it out for us, and so we just need, I make a motion that we accept moving the cabinets at a cost of $1,000 to our offices here at the Osage Minerals Council.
Second.
Second. Motion on the floor by Councilwoman Gray, second by Councilwoman Harlan. Do we have any other discussion?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
On that cost, there was also another figure thrown out at one point that your space cost, you got $10.75 per square foot. I seen that there was a commercial cost I also understand was available at 3.5. We went that route. On
Pardon?
that
I'm sorry.
commercial cost, commercial lease cost, and a third of that. And that's not presented in this proposal? Was there a reason why?
This was the only one I received. If you know of another one, that one was
That was
not,
in discussion, I think, when he was here.
this was the one that was sent over. Unless you have some more.
What it is it's a property footage. It is at that price, but you gotta take the whole place. So that's where the 60-some-odd thousand come in.
Yeah.
Now, that's only an estimation, I'm not,
Because I heard at one point it was $25,000, and that's why I was
that's not what the
commercial
bid
cost.
list is.
Yeah.
And then I was asking for what would the cost, space cost on this property over here
I'm just dealing with the storage of, this is just the storage of the files to move them over
I
here.
know, but he's asking a specific question
About
on,
that, I don't know, I didn't measure that, I don't know, that's not what I was, presenting today.
Okay. Well, those are the questions that I need to know.
Okay.
Councilwoman.
Well, I just want to clarify, you've got 3 options up there. The third is what we're voting on, to just bring all the files into our offices where
No,
that's
not
it.
the third, we're,
This is the first.
The cost to move the cabinets is, to move them here is $1,000, right?
right,
Okay, so we're gonna move them here and we're not even entertaining 2 right now?
74,000 was not written into our budget for, and that would be yearly.
Well, I'm just confused why it's even up there.
Yeah, see,
Because it's part of the letter. It's part of the letter that was,
Was
they
sent.
had offered, they go, hey, we've got space down there if you need to move those, but this is what it will cost, and we had no idea what the cost would be, and then they told us.
Second
okay.
chair is right. They did offer us a discounted price. Then we get this letter, we get to 1075.
Okay.
That's what that is.
That was my question, is
Okay.
what initially started all this was we was gonna consolidate our offices over into this area and let the Indian Health have our area over
I
here.
don't think that was ever, I
And
think it
then,
was discussed.
and then the discussion became, well, we can move all we can't do that because we gotta put all these well logs over here. And then it was presented that there was some area down in Hominy that we could lease. And one of the prices was $10.75 a square foot
Yes.
versus the 3.5 a square foot I got my notes on.
Well, they're not
So-
presenting that 3.5 now.
Not in it now? Okay. And then you don't know what the space cost is on this area over here?
No,
Okay.
they might have been told they couldn't.
63,000.
Could be,
Right off the top of my head, I think the area over here is
So we're
24,000.
voting on moving them over there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 24,000 for this area here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, did I have a second on
Yeah.
the motion? Okay.
Yeah.
I should call for the question.
Yes, dear.
Can she say which account it's coming out of?
Which account?
It'll, well, we have that one, that we just modified that last time. So, was it 5980?
I just need to put in the C395, but yes,
C395,
dear. I understand now what you're saying. She'll find the
yes.
line item. Thank you, dear. Call for the question.
Councilman Red Eagle,
Yes.
Chairman Waller,
Yes.
Second Chair Yates,
No.
Councilwoman Foreman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gray,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harlan,
Yes.
Councilman Redcorn.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay. First office I worn out, so. With that, I'd like to go to the oil and gas summit reimbursement. Councilwoman Foreman.
Lacey told me that I needed to come before you guys with my expenses for the, council. Did you put those up on the board booklet?
I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
we can look at those. I bought 2 blankets, one for the, secretary of the, Bureau of Indian Affairs, Assistant Secretary of Bureau, BIA, it was a mouthful for me. And that had to be purchased from the foundation. And I also purchased the Producer of the Year blanket. And then the first handout of the summit brochure I also paid for. That was early on, and we just didn't, it needed to be done right away, so I had to move it. So those are my expenses.
Yes.
Question, why are we looking at these? If this is
Well-
oil and gas summit, that's clearly out of the oil and gas summit budget.
Well, it's on there because Lacey said it had to be on there.
If it's not out of C395 or S510, we don't need to see it.
Fine with me.
Because you guys passed a resolution to have Councilwoman Foreman be a signatory authority on everything from the oil and gas summit. She can't
You're
sign
not.
for
So I
her
really
own
can't
stuff.
sign them.
She can't what?
She
She
can't
can't sign her own reimbursement.
Oh.
We got questions on that. Is there any other question you might have?
Are you the only signature, you're the only signator on the oil and gas summit?
No, I said that I needed to be a signatory on the expenses just to keep track of the money. So, I guess, should we make a motion to waive my signature on this and let
No.
somebody else sign it?
No, you were the one got us here.
Okay.
It has to stay. Lacey's just asking for the appropriate, that we pull it out of that account as a tracker because we're gonna sign for it. To reimburse. I know I will.
But it will be coming out of the oil and gas summit?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have no problem.
I have a question.
Councilwoman, then
Okay.
Councilman.
I think the gifts were very nice that were given, and, but I'll tell you what I would like to see, and this maybe should be on, maybe, I'm just gonna ask you. I understand not everyone's been paid yet, and has everyone been paid or will be paid?
I have, yeah, all the purchase orders have been signed.
So,
To-
so will we get a detailed list of everyone who was paid and rooms and all that?
Well, if you
squared
ask
up?
for it, sure, I don't know,
well-
did you provide that last year?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, I'll be glad to
Yeah,
provide
I
that.
provided
We're just
a
not quite there yet.
breakout.
Okay, I want to check on something. Can I expedite those signature checks instead of having this last of our vendors wait till the end of
Good luck.
the month? I didn't ask.
I'm gonna tell you that you can try.
I can try. All I want you to do is try. Okay, I'll be available even if it's later. I'll come back tomorrow after that event. I gotta take care of it. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, two questions. First, has Christy Redding been paid, because she was to get 5,000.
Okay.
I signed the purchase order, whether or not the check's been issued, I don't know.
It just got put into the system completely yesterday, so
There's a good chance we might be able to get it Friday.
no.
No.
Maybe the following Friday, but not likely.
Is she getting the full 5,000?
Yes.
And then the second question, Mr. Chairman, that I would have
Yes,
is,
ma'am.
the summit brochure first printing, as I recall, that first printing had a major typo in it. And the Oil and Gas Committee was asked not to submit that.
Correct.
Is that the $176 we're being asked to reimburse for that error?
What error are you talking about?
Do you want?
I'll answer your question.
I can say
Oh,
it.
okay.
Let me talk.
Okay, that's
Where you put yourself as OMC chairperson
Okay, no, this is the brochure, the fold-out brochure.
that you showed me.
Yeah, where people could register.
I'm fine with it.
That was a save the date card.
Make a motion that we approve this.
I'll second it. Let's go. This right here. I have a motion on the floor by Second Chair Gaines. Seconded by Chairman Waller, council.
Call for the question.
Thank you, sir. Call for the question, dear.
Chairman Waller,
Yes.
Secretary Yates,
Yes.
Councilwoman Foreman,
Abstain?
Councilwoman Gray,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harlan,
Oh,
Councilman Redcorn,
Yes.
Councilman Red Eagle.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. With that, you had one other item, where the article of the newsletter you requested. Would you like to entertain it now?
what was that one?
You
Newsletter
requested the
articles.
newsletter articles.
Yes, I would like everyone to submit, everyone gets 500 words for, like an update on your committee or your grant that you're doing, and,
Yes.
so I thought last meeting that we would have the contract signed, but Lacey and I have been tracking that with Tammy Leeper, and it should be any day. As soon as we get that, we can set up a meeting with Magnum. I hope to have the IT Media Committee convene, but what would be really nice is that in the next 10 days, if you can send to me your articles, that way we'll have ready to have them dropped into the template.
Thank you.
And,
Is that a form of a motion?
Yeah, well, do I
Do
need
we
a
need a
motion for
motion?
you all to?
No, the heads know, so we expect it in under 10 days.
Right, if you can,
Are you gonna go without
can you
us?
convey to Paul to get an article?
Yeah, maybe on that plugin, that'd be nice.
This is,
Yeah, we need that plug in that date.
so
Our
you want
first
the
well.
article in 10 days?
Yeah,
A
on,
quarter million.
on like maybe a summary.
2 days.
Yeah, we're still coming in.
With that being said, I'd like to entertain any motion on the minute meetings.
So moved.
So moved. Second, I have a motion on the floor by Councilman Red Eagle, seconded by Councilman Redcorn. Call for the question, please.
Secretary Yates,
Yes.
Councilwoman Foreman,
No?
Councilwoman Gray,
Yes?
Councilwoman Harlan,
Yes.
Councilman Redcorn,
Yes.
Councilman Red Eagle,
Yes.
Chairman Waller.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Sorry,
Yes.
I know what he's gonna say. This is a point of parliamentary procedure. I noticed that every month, there's a no vote on the minutes. And is it a procedural no vote, or is it is there something we're doing wrong on the way that these minutes are being put out? Or, because the councilwoman's here every month, or she just totally disagrees, somebody's taking the minutes wrong? It's my question to the councilwoman.
Oh, okay, you said chairman. I vote no because I haven't read them. And usually I only get them the day before and I just haven't had a chance to read them. So I'm not gonna prove something I haven't read like others, I suspect do.
Thank you.
No, I read mine when I get them. I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second, I have a motion on the floor by Councilwoman Harlan, seconded by Councilman Redcorn for adjournment. Please call for the question.
Councilwoman Foreman,
I did.
Yes.
Councilwoman Gray,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harlan,
Yeah.
Councilman Redcorn,
Yes.
Councilman Red Eagle,
Yes.
Chairman Waller,
Yes.
Secretary Yates.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Y'all just go home, be with your families, be with your new
Chairman?
ones. Yes, sir.
Chief handed us these. Do we need to get them stacked and not visible?
No, that's public law.
Is it is? Okay.
Yeah, I think some of
Thank you
that-
for checking though. I see it was very important for this, part right here. With that being said, I'm gonna adjourn us. I want you to enjoy Christmas. I've been talking to you about taking a few days in that. I'd like for you to do. I know you have some coded numbers on it. But I want to tell you and Linnea, go enjoy it. The fort's always on fire, but we can't make it without you. I want you to know that.